Hey everybody, Kyle Van Pelt here from kylevanpelt.com, and I love a great coffee shop. And so do you. That's why you're here watching this video. There's a lot of reasons for wanting to find a great coffee shop. A great coffee shop may inspire you to write your novel or that book you've always wanted to write. A great coffee shop may be the place where you take your soulmate on your first date and really connect. A great coffee shop may be the place where you make memories with friends that you never forget. And a great coffee shop is hard to find, but when you do, you cherish it. So how do you find one? Here are 4 surefire ways to find a great coffee shop. Tip numero uno, the espresso machine. When you walk in, make sure you look and see, first thing, what kind of espresso machine the baristas are using. There's 3 that I typically look for that will signify that the shop is really good. The very first one, La Marzocco. It'll look something like this. There's different varieties, but every single time if you look on the side, it'll say La Marzocco. On some of the models, it'll say it on the back as well. They're very proud of their brand, and they like to flash it off. This is the highest quality espresso machine out there, in my opinion, that you can buy straight from retail. And it makes really, really great espresso drinks, cappuccinos, lattes, espresso itself. So make sure you look for this. If you see that, that's a really good sign. Another brand that I love is the Simonelli. Some people will call it Simonelli. You'll be able to see this name on the back of the espresso machine as well. If you see that, that's also a good sign. You may be in a great coffee shop. The last one is called the Slayer espresso machine. This is very distinguished by the X-type legs that it has, and a lot of times it'll have wooden panels on the espresso machine and is very distinct. This is a custom-made espresso machine, and if the coffee shop you just walked into has this kind of espresso machine, then you can pretty much bet that it is going to be a great coffee shop where you can make memories and have a good time. On to tip number 2, a limited menu. Now this may seem strange, but you want to see a menu that looks like this. If there's tons and tons and tons of options, that's actually not a good sign. Great coffee shops do a few things very well. They don't try to make the entire world. So you'll typically only see 1 or 2 sizes being offered for different coffees. You'll only see a few types of espresso drinks, maybe some iced drinks, maybe some teas, but that's it. If you walk into a coffee shop and the menu's a mile long and you can barely read it because the print's so small and there's so many options, that's probably not good. But if you walk up and you see a limited menu like this one, or something even smaller perhaps, then you may have just found yourself your next great coffee shop. Tip number 3, Latte Art. Whenever you order an espresso-based drink, a cappuccino, a latte, a cortado, anything that they're going to make from the espresso machine that has milk in it, it should come out looking like this if it's a great coffee shop. There will be some sort of beautiful design in your coffee, and who doesn't love that? This is a great little piece of delight that you as the customer can get, and not only is it pretty, but it also tastes better because of the way that they steam the milk. It's not super foamy, and it's very delicate, and it's the best kind of way to drink your latte. So if you see this, probably in great form as well. And you may not even have to order to see this. Pro tip, take a look around, see what other people have ordered, and if their coffee looks like this, thumbs up. And the last and final tip, tip numero 4, brewing equipment. When they make coffee, they should have some special equipment if it's a really great shop. Now, I want to have a disclaimer here. Special brewing equipment does not automatically mean that it's a great coffee shop, and if they don't have this equipment, it doesn't mean that they are not a good coffee shop. But this is just a great way to typically tell if it's a great shop or not if they're using this. So you'll typically walk in and see something that looks like this. This is called a Chemex. And they will be pouring it slowly, making your coffee slowly, and that means that they really care about their craft and that the coffee is very important. And if this is the case, then you know you're going to get some great coffee. You may also see something like this. This is called a siphon. This is my absolute favorite way to get coffee brewed for me. And it looks like a science experiment, and it's kind of fun. So if you see this, you can almost be sure that it's going to be great. Or any of these other devices that are cone-shaped, that they will be making very, very slowly. So keep your eye out for that, and you'll be sure to get a great cup of coffee if the barista knows what they're doing. But you won't be able to know that from the eye test. You're going to have to actually order something. But if you look in the coffee shop and you see all 4 of these items, there's a really good chance you're going to get a great looking cup of coffee and a great tasting cup of coffee, and that's what we all want. So here's to finding that next great coffee shop where memories will be made, your next book will be written, or you just do some really awesome work. If you want some more content like this, head on over to kylevanpelt.com, where you can find blogs written daily, and most of the time we're talking about coffee because I just love it.